Hi everyone, today we're going to cover the new moon that is happening on 3rd of June 2019 and the aspects that come as a part of this new moon which will impact us for the very least for the next 2.5 weeks. So we'll talk about the aspects for the first half of the month. In the first part of the video, we'll cover what the first part of the month is best for, what kind of opportunities it can bring to all of us, and then we'll go into individual signs to see how to take best advantage of those opportunities that are coming our way. I'll request you to look at both the parts of the reading because it's important to understand the overall energy and then dig into your sign. I'll leave the timestamps as usual in the comments for you to access your sign part as well. Let's dig in. The sun will continue to be in Gemini till 21st of June. So this is the month of conversations. This is the month of discussion. This is the month of learning. Gemini is a cadent sign. We add to ourselves in it. It is not the time to make a radical change in our life, but it is the time to enhance our plans, to enrich our plan. We are moving towards the solstice. And as we move towards the solstice where the big change is about to come, we get ready for that in Gemini season. We enrich our knowledge. We read about things. We meet the right kind of people. We get into social intellectual discussions which add to our mind and expand our mind. We multitask. We get into multiple things. We can get a little bit scattered as we try to do that. But at the same time, we will be able to handle multitasking this month. There are choices that are presented to us. There are new information that are presented to us. So flexibility is the name of the game. It is the name of success in this month. We have to be mutable in this season. Moving away from the fixity of last season, we're moving towards changing our mind, enriching our mind with additional information that is coming our way. And that is the gist of the new moon that is happening on 3rd of June 2019. The new moon that is happening at 12 degree Gemini, it is bringing with it a airy, breezy, flirty, light, chatty energy because the moon in Gemini is easygoing. It is adaptable. It wants us to learn something. It wants us to express our creativity in words and writing, in self-expression, which can be physically felt, seen and experienced. At 12 or 13 degree Gemini, it is about expressing one's observation, one's ideas, one's emotions in a very, very beautiful manner. And it is coming with Saturn, a creative aspect from Saturn. So we will find the discipline to develop a creative perfection so we can shine in public. So if you've been working on any kind of communication project, this is the best time to launch that. Over the course of next 2 weeks, from 3rd to 17th of June, we might get an opportunity to do something new where we are the presenter. We are the performer. It's joyous self-expression where we love our self-expression and there is no performance anxiety here. On the opposite, we might actually go over, we might overshare, we might over-emote, we might create something which is over the top even to some extent. So make sure that we back our presentation and our words with action, that we can actually implement what we are saying right now, because there's a lot of over the top energy which is rife in June. So we might be saying a lot of things, but we don't know whether we can execute that. And that is what the first few days of the month is best for. As we are entering the month from 31st of May all the way to 3rd or 4th of June, we have a very stabilizing influence of Venus meeting Pluto and Saturn. That gives a stability in the heart, especially because Venus is in Taurus right now, which is a stable, a very long-term focused sign. So there's a strong feeling of what you truly love. What are you attracted to, or who are you attracted to? Our desires are focused when that happens. We know what is in our heart when that happens. We know the true worth of things, of people. We have a sense of duty towards what we love. There's an emotional stability, a harmony in doing our task that comes with it. So that is the best time to focus this a little bit fun but scattered energy of Gemini. That is the time that we can focus our thoughts together and figure out which direction we want this month to go. Because Gemini is a beautiful season to learn things, to interact with a lot of people, to be able to handle a lot of information. And you'll see news doing round. You'll be getting a lot of emails. You'll be getting a lot of opportunities to grow your mental thoughts, to grow your interests, to grow your thinking about the world or the task that you're doing right now. And you'll get opportunities to interact with people on that. But where do you want this month to go so this beautiful energy is not wasted? So at the start of the month, set your intentions. Where do you want this month to go? And you'll feel compelled in one direction. You'll feel deeply about one thing, one person, one subject at the start of the month. In fact, from about 31st to 3rd or 4th of this month, it is a great time to focus on an investment or financial investment idea as well. So if there's a new financial project you want to get into this month, that is the best time to focus it, to figure it out, and sort of put your emotional insights into it and your emotional energy into it. Gemini makes you comfortable by easy talk. So there is ease in immediate discussion in your immediate environment with this new moon. This new moon soothes the immediate environment. We just enjoy the moment of social contact. It's not about feeling deeply about things. We are giving the depth and the soulful talk a little bit of break at that time. We're trying to break away from that. It's an opportunity to see both sides of the arguments. We learn more by opening our mind to both sides of arguments. We are given the opportunity to see the opinion of other people. The conversation isn't just about proving anything to anybody. It's about understanding the other person's point of view. We learn the art to listen, the art of conversation, to be curious about things, to enjoy the levity of discussion. So it's an excellent time for initiation of communication, initiation of social networking, of linking people with each other, of using social media to do your best, to try new modes of communication, new platforms of communication, new phone, new car, even a new route to work. It's an excellent time to discuss how to change how you communicate your thought processes, your ideas, and your products to your network. It's about learning a new skill, a toolkit. It is the time to take up a course, to take up all the information in reading, writing that is coming your way, to speak your mind. But at the same time, this is a very crucial month to fact check yourself, because we have Jupiter square Neptune this month, which is known for the rumors doing its rounds. And we are already seeing that in media, because Jupiter square Neptune will be exact on 16th of this month, but it has already started coming into action from middle of May. So misinformation will be very, very rife. So when we are speaking our mind, which Gemini encourages us to do, it's important to fact check yourself. If you're talking about somebody on social media, if you're talking about a subject that you feel passionate about, it's a great time to go deeper into it and figure out whether we are saying the right things or not. Take a course, take a education, take the information, lot of it coming your way, but from the sources that you trust. It's an excellent time to take a quick trip. Taking a trip to learn something, a literary trip even, or plan a trip that you want to take later on. Because Gemini is about activity. You gotta be active to enjoy this season. You gotta be pacing, you gotta be walking, you gotta be outdoors, socializing, having lunches, having brunches with people, and hearing out their ideas. And we'll be able to absorb all of it. It's irrepressible creativity that is coming our way. And it's a thing to enjoy. We enjoy these conversations. Support a neighborhood project. For example, local farmers market, supporting them. Do something to support your neighborhood, like a farm to table kind of a restaurant or a farmer market. Moving a bit, dance, pace, be activated, read, read, read. Try new media, any gadget, phones, new communication strategy. Am I too much or too less visible on social media? It's time to figure that out. Do I need a new communication strategy for my business? Time to figure that out. Do I need to try a new platform? Do I need to be on Instagram? Do I need any more to be on Facebook? Do I need to have so many texts coming my way? Is this smartphone too old? Those kind of things. Gemini is all about refining our communication, our talk, and our thinking process and get engaged in our neighborhood and also spend time with our siblings, spend time with our neighborhood, the camaraderie that comes with it, enjoying all of it because we've been through a heavy season and we are moving towards another heavy season as the eclipses are about to come. So it's the time to infuse some levity into our life, some light, chatty, easygoing, adaptable energy, the airy, breezy, flirty energy that new moon in Gemini brings with that. It's happening at 13th degree of Gemini, which is known in Sambian astrology as a famous pianist giving a concert performance. This is about individuals' fulfillment in performing of a social function where some prestige is attached. So we might be involved in presenting something that might help the community or might help the organization that we are part of, but there is some amount of visibility attached to it. And it's the best time to do that. But in degree theory, this is the degree of Pisces. So what does that mean? We need to have emotions rolled into the communication. If you are in a sales field or you are in a field of discussion with the clients, at this point in time, communicating just the information will not cut it, especially after 4th of June, because Mercury will move into a water sign. When Mercury, our planet of discussion, is in water sign, the discussions are better done using a little bit of emotions rolled into the communication. How do we do that? This is not about making it emotional versus factual, but it's about leveraging the emotions that are evoked by the facts as well. Especially if you're in sales, this is part of the sales process. And as a purchaser or as a buyer, you need to be careful about it this month as well. That is the key sales strategy which will be rife, which is to roll emotions into the sale process to make something look more than what it is, to make it look more grander than what it is by evoking certain emotions in you. So when you're purchasing, you're investing, you need to be careful about the facts versus the emotions that are being rolled into the marketing strategy. But overall, set up a few personal goals. Like for myself, starting a new mode of reaching out to my people, my friends, my clients on a regular basis. Instagram is what I'm going after. So I'm going to be very, very active on Instagram. I've already tried to initiate it with Gemini season. I'll put a link in the comments for you to see if you'd like to join me on Instagram. But starting a new project involving speaking, writing, absorbing more information in some way, enrolling into a course, promising yourself to socialize more, enjoy others, whether it's your neighbors, friends, acquaintance, or just family, to do something more mentally stimulating with them and adding that to your routine, because every season is supposed to add something to us for long run. So review and improve our communication strategy is definitely basic. And Mercury will be in last degree of Gemini. Mercury is the ruler of this new moon. In the last degree of Gemini, Mercury is like, I've been there, done that. Don't show me anything old. So what you're doing, what you're presenting to the other person, or what you're learning has to wow yours and others' intellectual thirst, else it will not go anywhere. It has to be something which is beyond regular. And you will hear a lot of ideas that are beyond regular, which are fantastical in nature, which are very creative in nature. And it's the time to look at them. Jupiter and Neptune together just does not bring misinformation. It brings a lot of over the top creative ideas as well, which do need grounding, but at the same time, you need to go beyond limitations to think of something fantastical as well. So it's a great time to leverage those fantastical ideas that might be coming your way. There might be commercial good in them, there might be something futuristic in them. And the Jupiter Neptune sign out that is live right now, and they're meeting for the second time this month around 16th of June. It initiated in Aquarius. So the ideas that come with it, they are ahead of time. That cycle initiated in 2009 with the election of Obama. So it is a little bit ahead of time. It is bringing out things which are a little bit ahead of time. And it questions our old held belief. It questions our old faith. It questions our old knowledge. It questions our old belief system. Even in religion, in spirituality, in whichever field that you are in, you're questioning the status quo in terms of the information that is presented to you, whether it is in politics, it's in spirituality, it's in faith. Jupiter is about knowledge. Jupiter is about expansion of our mind. And with Neptune together, it wants us to think outside the box. So it's the month to think about ideas that are beyond reality. But at the same time, know that a lot of it will not be practical. That's always the case, right? So enjoy the experimentation that comes with it, but don't lose the touch with the reality here. So the new moon is a great time where a new energy is infused from a health perspective. This new energy is getting infused into our shoulders, into our arms, into our hands, into our throat chakra. So when a new energy comes in our shoulders, arms, hands, throat chakra, it's the time to leverage those parts of us. But at the same time, it's not a great time to do any surgery or any kind of major procedure on these part of our bodies because they're sensitive and they're being infused with fresh energy. It's a great time to wear certain blue tones and patterns or dual patterns. Blue is the color of the season, and wearing patterns is in line with Gemini energy, the dual energy where we see both sides of the things and at the same time we see both sides of ourselves as well. So that is the gist of the new moon. There are no major aspects which are happening directly to the new moon. They're only starting after about 8th of this month. So the new moon is happening around 3rd of the month, but the key aspect to this new start is only coming after a few days. So we're given the opportunity to use and harness and leverage this energy as it comes towards us. It is only having one influence, that it is close to a fixed star called Aldebaran. Aldebaran is a royal star of Persia. It is known for glory, it is known for happiness, it is known for a lot of creative promise, provided one hurdle is surpassed. And in this case, the challenge is integrity and honor. So the moral code needs to be stuck to. We need to be careful about the moral to the moral code this season, because the temptation to compromise our integrity is very, very high. And it is not just because of the misinformation, because our ideology is flexible this month and because our ideology is changing. To some extent, our faith in what we know and what we understand is undergoing a complete change right now. But what causes the moral illusion or the moral compromises is the drive, because this month the drive to go towards your path will be very, very high. We'll be very, very engaged from inside within our heart chakra to go after our desires. I spoke about that aspect in a separate video as well. It's called Angarka Yoga. We have a fire within ourselves which is set free to get out of the existing situation to go towards our path. But sometimes the moral code does not come into existence when that happens. So being careful of that at all cost will not work here. It will be the one which will probably cause this success to be short lived if we go for that path. So being careful of that, not just for us but for the people around us. We will see the moral code compromised at many, many levels this month, and we are already seeing some part of that. So that is the aspect to the new moon. Now the beat of this new moon is a part of a series. The last time these same degrees were evoked was in December 2017. So you can look at the events of December 2017 because they might be subjected to revision and revisiting this month. So look at what ended in 2017 December and what initiated in December 2017. The same axis and the same degrees are getting evoked at the new moon and the full moon this month, and you'll see a trend there. In fact, those degrees are evoked every 1.5 years. It started from June 2011 eclipse when this happened. So June 2011 activated those degrees, and since then every 1.5 year later the same degrees are excited. So we saw that that happening in December 2013, then in June of 2015, then in December 2017, and now in June of 2019 we are seeing the same degrees getting activated. So you can look at what is getting revisited every 1.5 years. Probably there might be a growth on those subjects. In 2017, axis of US was excited. So this is an important new moon, and the full moon at the end of the month are important for United States of America. They're important for Spain as well. There are certain events which happen in December 2017 internationally as well, which will be revisited right now. So it's important to look back to it. Let's dig into the aspects that are happening after the new moon now. On 4th of June, right after it, we'll have the ruler of this new moon move into water. So the sensitivity in conversations is very, very required this month. Our thinking and communication will become more emotional. It may not be that objective going forward as the month progresses. It will be the time for us to be more sensitive in our discussion, as everybody will be more reactive in June. But it's great time for moving our mindset towards family, home activities, towards bonding emotionally with people. It's sort of going away from the information overload and focusing our mind a little bit. We will find that our mind is more selective as the month progresses. So the dispersion will get reduced a little bit, but it may not be so objective going forward. We might be more protectionist focus, more protection focus, more security driven mind activity will be happening as the month goes by. But it's a good time to sort of sort out the categories, creating order out of chaos. 4th is a good day to do that. The first 4 days, as I said, they're great for us to create a focus on what we want out of this month. Then on 6th of June, we have an aspect which is setting off the restlessness of this month to another level, which is Jupiter will be in sesqui square with Uranus. This is restlessness. You want it all and you want it now. And this is coming together with the Mars and the North Node combination, which is happening on 12th of June. But Mars is also meeting Moon and Pluto on 6th of June. So it's a very, very restless day. This is where the restlessness of this month begins, the rebellion, the restless. We feel that we want to make a shift for the heck of it right now. So that is the time we need to be careful about the foolish risks which we take just for the sake of freedom. It is not great for speculation. It is more involved with impractical tangents coming through, and it has a financial undertone to it. So being careful around 5th or 6th of June when it comes to financial matters. This aspect does not have a lot of staying power, and unfortunately it will impact us even before 6th of June. So being careful when it comes to financial matters. Are we feeling very rebellious and that's why we are taking a call, or we just doing it for the sake of speculation and gambling right now? Being careful of that is very, very important. But 6th of June is a little bit of volatile day which we need to be careful about. But volatility always brings with it innovation, and that is something that we might see around 7th of June itself. It's for exciting news, conversations, unexpected ideas. And that is 6th to 8th of June, all of it, because we are creating our own reality on these days with Mercury and Chiron together. Our mind thinks what we want it to think of the current events. Either we can use the past failure to move forward, or we can stay in the old wound. But if we push through the old hurt of individuality, of not being appreciated for our talents, if we move away from that, Uranus is ready to give us a new reality. There's certain exciting conversation waiting to be had on 6th and 7th of June. If we move away from the restlessness, if we move away from the past hurt, if we become comfortable to see a different side of things and get more open minded. As I said, the flexibility is the key to success in a mutable sign, and right now we will be asked to be flexible because we might be becoming too strong willed in terms of our opinions at this stage, which we need to be careful about. Then on 8th of June, all the way till 11th of June, we have a mutable T square which will impact this new start. A mutable T square is where a crossroad is hit. We are presented with an option. We are presented with a choice on how to move forward. Sun will be on opposition to Jupiter on 10th of June. This is a turning point. So an opportunity that came to us probably in the first half of the year between January to April, specifically around 14th of April, if there was some amount of success in a big opportunity coming your way whose progress was stalled for the last couple of months. You were not seeing a progress for the last couple of months. Now you're presented with an alternative approach to that issue, that opportunity. You are shown a way to make that opportunity work. And this is the time where the plans need to be changed. And suddenly, new plans can take shape with surprisingly new possibilities. But a mutable T square requires us, and it gives us an opportunity to see both sides and change our approach. I'll speak about in your sign what kind of choice you might be presented with. But a mutable T square requires a conflict which could be mental in nature. It will require us to make a decision that might feel tough, but we see both sides of it and we are sort of asked to make a choice. It puts the onus on us. We cannot dodge that choice anymore. But it's very, very positive in terms of being beneficial to us in long run, because there was an issue which stopped our progress around April, which we were probably not seeing earlier or we were not ready to face to some extent. That issue is shown a resolution right now. Intensity will go up, desire will go up, ambition, hope, dream will go up. You'll find some amount of angst within yourself right now because you can see that things can turn around provided this happens. But at the same time, you know that the approach that you were following previously, so if there was an idea, a relationship, a contract, some money coming your way, which was about to be coming through around mid of April, but it was put on hold. Now you're shown how to grow that multiple times if you compromise a little bit of what you were doing previously. This is a choice which can be moral in nature. Maybe we're required to morally compromise here. Or maybe we are required to shift our approach to some extent. Because as I said, this month we will be shown multiple ways of doing things, some of which may not be moral, some of which may be beneath our value system. And at this time, with Jupiter retrograde, we are reviewing whether the things that are coming our way, they're right for us from our moral code or not. Are they in line with what we truly want to create in our life or not? So you would be asked to make a choice. And that is a key place, key turning point of that opportunity. With Sun and Neptune here, we can make a very idealistic choice. We can make a choice where we are putting a wool in front of our eye and making a choice. We might be mizzled as well. We might be too idealistic here because the T square has the apex of Neptune. So we might make a choice here with the rose tinted glasses. We could be very idealistic. We can be influenced by others over here. We could be influencing other people here. We can cheat even to some extent through our charm, through our influence, and not realize it. But at the same time, you can command thought, opinion, behavior of other people by appealing to their emotional senses, to their compassionate senses, to their senses which are softer in nature here, without getting into the low energy of it. So know that this will be a sensitive area where the emotions will get intensified. The emotional reaction to this T square especially will peak around 9th of June. You will see certain people not taking your choices so well around 9th of June. But there's a fundamental change that is going through, and a repressed opportunity is set free over here. It is released over here. There was an internalized energy which was buried within you, which is now suddenly given an outlet and expanded here. So you will see a sudden expansion, a sudden new plan coming through, a sudden opportunity which you thought was dead, finding a way out through a conversation, through a conflict, through a discussion around this time. So looking forward to that. Now let's go into your sign to put more meat on the bones to see how this could work out for you and how to take best advantage of this aspect. Taurus, the month of June 2019 all the way till 21st of June is an excellent time to work on your resources, and the new moon that is happening on 3rd of June all the way till about 16th or 17th of June gives you an opportunity to start a new source of income or acquire a new financial asset that you've been eyeing. It's the time to look at multiple sources of income, to connect with people for financial transactions, to look at diverse collections that you've been looking to acquire which are of value. This is the time to think, write, read, research on financial matters, and there is an impetus to get certain clever ideas for financial matters, and you might already be thinking about them because Mercury has been there for the last couple of weeks. So you might have been meeting with people, traveling and finding out new ideas to make money, and now comes an opportunity to initiate that idea. Now comes the opportunity to start even learning a new skill set that enhances your financial resources. This is also an excellent time to focus on your diet. Maybe a new diet idea comes into your mind which is ready to build you up, that is going to help your physical body, that is going to build up your physical body. So a couple of days after 3rd of June, maybe around 4th or 5th of June is an excellent time to initiate a new financial idea, acquire a new resource, go after that. But the thinking of that might be better done ahead of that, especially from 31st of May to about 3rd or 4th of May, when there is a beautiful grand trine with Venus in your sign and Pluto, Saturn and Virgo moon. That is the time when it's an excellent time to actually do the work or even invest into an asset ahead of this new moon, because that is the time when the stability in thought process and the keen insight is there, which is sharper than after 4th of June. So if you've been looking to invest, if you've been looking to sort of go after and buying a asset, it is better bought before 3rd of June. Even from 31st of June all the way till 4th of June is the best time to do that. What's happening apart from that is that Jupiter is in your house of joint finances. So there's a gift of regeneration, a rebirth that is happening in your financial resources. Jupiter is asking you and encouraging you to reinvent yourself. It is giving you an opportunity to go through a change, a metamorphosis of sorts in how you make money. It is urging you to bring about a change in your life, and that is getting emphasized this month when Sun and Jupiter are meeting each other around 9th of June in your financial houses. Then something might unlock. You might get a financial idea. You might get a breakthrough in terms of understanding how to make a financial matter work or how to enhance certain financial opportunity at that time. At the same time, this could be coming through a friend. It could be coming, the clarity could be coming through a friend. It could even come through a conflicting conversation with a friend. But between 8th to 11th of June, the idea is to stay flexible, to figure out if there is a new idea coming your way. But I do not suggest to invest at that time because Neptune is the outcome of that. So what happens is we might be seeing that financial opportunity through rosy eyes. It is a great time for ideation, to discuss with a friend that okay, this is another way to make money. Maybe I can enhance my financial resources by investing in this going forward. But at that very moment, it's not a great time to invest. You might be seeing that investment through inflated ideas at that time. There's a lot of idealism which might be doing rounds at that time. But at the same time, it gives you a higher vision of your big wealth. It can give you one of the best big wealth ideas at the time because your old vision of your life is being dissolved with Neptune there. You're connecting with people who inspire you, who are bringing down your boundaries about what you want to do going forward. As I've been talking in the last couple of videos, your goalpost has changed for life. Your vision for life is changing right now, and it is coming through different sort of people who you're connecting with, different people who you're interacting with. And right now, this month, the idea is to generate those new ideas. It is the time to speak, write, research, read, figure out, interact with people who give you those financial ideas. Not really the best time to initiate a new financial project which can have risky connotation to it. But if an idea comes to you and you feel very driven for it, I would suggest you to take an advice from somebody who's disconnected from the whole positioning, because Saturn is making a positive aspect with Neptune, so there is a possibility to ground that idea provided you consult with somebody who is different from you, who's away from the situation. Maybe they're from a foreign background, maybe they're not based out of your country, they could be older than you. This is Saturn in your 9th house. So it could be a father figure, it could be a mentor figure, it could be somebody in your business network who you support and respect, but they're disconnected from this opportunity. So they have a standalone or a detached view of the situation. So if you have to invest right now, I would suggest to do that. But excellent breakthrough can come between 8th to 11th of June in terms of a new financial idea coming through. And right now with Mars and North Node together, you're all revved up. You want to create new commercial ideas. You want to go after new commercial ideas. And the eclipse of 3rd of July will be the best time to go after those commercial ideas, but not between 8th to 11th of June. That will be my suggestion for you, Taurus. Good luck and look forward to the growth that is coming your way in terms of your financial abundance.